So I went to Walmart the other day to do our weekly shopping, and I went to the back wall where the eggs were. Normally they have an entire wall full of eggs, but this time they only had 6 cartons of eggs left. Now I usually buy eggs in the 18 pack, but all they had were 12 packs, dozens packs. They had 6 cartons left, and 4 of them had eggs in it that were all broken up. So there were really only 2 left that were intact, and I got one of them. Food shortages are showing up everywhere. Hey everybody, this is Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. Food shortages are everywhere, and they come and go. It's not like the grocery stores are completely bare, but sometimes you go in there and they don't have a product for a while, and then it comes back, and then it's gone again. Like I mentioned, the eggs, and that's actually 2 weeks in a row that happened, that Walmart had hardly any eggs. Some other things, potatoes, frozen potatoes, French fries, tater tots, a variety of different kinds of frozen breakfast potatoes like hash browns or that sort of thing. 2 weeks in a row, they didn't have any at all. And then for another couple of weeks in a row, they only had a couple packages. Elizabeth and I use jelly that doesn't have any sugar in it. It's either Smucker's Simply Fruit or Polaner All Fruit. It's good. It's just fruit. It doesn't have any sugar in it at all. Neither one of those have been available for months. So are you experiencing any kind of food shortages like that in your area? Let me know down below. I'd be interested in what's happening in different parts of the country or different parts of the world. So, eggs. I am going to make some breakfast burritos using Thrive Life freeze-dried eggs. Even though I got a dozen from the store, I'm going to go light on them. I like over easy eggs, and you can't make that out of this. But this is scrambled egg mix. It's really good. It's not like the powdered eggs that I used to get at the Army mess hall. When you mix these up and eat them as scrambled eggs, you can't even tell the difference between that and fresh eggs. But I am going to be making breakfast burritos using all Thrive ingredients except for the tortillas, the flour tortillas. So freeze-dried food, it's 25-year shelf life. It's great for long-term storage. It's also great for everyday use. And Elizabeth and I use it in probably 50% of our daily cooking, as well as having a long-term food storage for emergency purposes, which in this day and age, of course, is very important. Now, there are many different freeze-dried food companies that sell emergency provisions that are just meals in a bag, and you put water and you eat them, and you get what you get. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. Thrive Life has actually introduced a line of Thrive meals that are like that. They're very easy to use. You just add water and go. But the cool thing about Thrive Life is that generally they have all individual ingredients. So it's like a freeze-dried grocery store, which means that you can cook your own favorite recipes, your own favorite meals. And even as I'm making this breakfast burrito, you can see you can put in it whatever you want. Because you can use the individual packages. Now I'm going to put some sausage crumbles in mine. This kind of looks sort of like hamburgers, little balls of sausage. These are really good. They're not hot, they're mild sausage, but we really like them. Now most Thrive products reconstitute very quickly in water. 2 exceptions is the hamburger and the sausage crumbles. Both of them take a long time. In fact, sausage crumbles is the product that takes the longest of any product that they have. And you can rehydrate them in water for a while and they get soft, but they still feel a little bit spongy, and I've had people complain about that. If it feels spongy and it's not completely soft, then it's not completely rehydrated yet. And for most products, I just put them in water in the bowl and let them sit for a minute and they're good to go. But for the sausage and for the hamburger, I always actually boil them in water on the stove. It rehydrates much faster that way. Okay. Breakfast burritos. Let's get on with it. Now, Thrive Life products are really great when you're just cooking for one person because you can use exactly what you need without making too much. But there's a little bit of a learning curve because when I first started doing this cooking for myself, I almost always made too much. So I'm going to be making 2 breakfast burritos. So you have to measure it out carefully. How much meat do you want in each one? maybe 2 tablespoons, because there's going to be a bunch of other stuff in there too. So two burritos, that much meat. Put a little bit of water on it. I don't know what I was thinking. This pan is way too big. That'll work a little better. So now I put this on the stove and bring it to a boil, and then reduce it to a simmer for just a couple minutes, and it should be ready to go. So now I have a couple other things I'm going to refresh all together in a bowl. The first one is the chopped onions. Sorry, the label ripped off, but you can see the chopped onions are real small, diced. They also have sliced onions if you prefer them, but I like these. And once again, try to judge how much you're going to put in each burrito. Maybe about like that. Now the meat's boiling, so I'm going to turn it down. Okay. Now one of my favorite products that they have is green chili peppers. These are kind of medium hot. They're not real hot. Once again, they're diced up small. These are a little bit too hot for Elizabeth, but I love them. I use them all the time. So I'm just going to do that. And then I also have cheddar cheese. They have several different kinds of cheddar cheese. It's also shredded real small. But I have some of this already rehydrated right here, because I rehydrate a whole bowl of it in the beginning of the week, and then we can use it all week long. You have to be careful to follow the directions on the can for the cheese, because if you put too much water, it'll turn into cheese soup. Ask me how I know that. So now I just add a little bit of water to this. And that's only going to take a couple minutes to rehydrate. And now the eggs, the scrambled egg mix, and this comes in a powder form. And for most things you can just add water and you don't have to worry about it like this. I just put this in water, and when it's rehydrated I just pour off the water in a strainer, in a drainer, and it's fine. With the cheese and with the eggs, you want to make sure you follow the directions on the back of the can for the amount that you need. And so otherwise your eggs will be way too runny and they won't come out right. So 1 egg equals 2 tablespoons of powder and 3 tablespoons of water. So I'm making 4 eggs because I'm going to put 2 eggs in each burrito. So I need 8 tablespoons of this. I love this measuring cup because it's got tablespoons and teaspoons on it. So there's 8 tablespoons of powder. And then I need 12 tablespoons of water. So there's 10 tablespoons and 2 more. Then I just stir it up. And there's my scrambled eggs. Make sure you get it all completely mixed up, or else you'll have, little lumps of powder in it. It's not difficult. It stirs up easily. You just have to make sure you get it all. Oop. So now I'm going to use a strainer. This is the onions and the peppers, the green peppers. And this is the sausage, which has been on the stove and is now ready to go. I'll just let that drain for a minute. So now the pan's nice and warm, nice and hot. It's got some olive oil in there. I'm going to pour in the sausage and the peppers and the onions. And then this is the scrambled egg mix. I'll just pour it in on top. You can see that even though I only use a couple tablespoons of each of those ingredients, it makes a whole pan full of sausage and peppers and onions. Then I just scramble it up, and then I'll put them in a burrito, in a tortilla, and make a burrito. Now, if you don't have any flour tortillas, you can just eat it like this, and what I call loaded scrambled eggs, and it's just as good. Put some cheese on it, put some tomatoes in it if you want. Whatever you want to do, it's your meal. And there we go, loaded scrambled eggs. So then I'll put it in my tortilla. And put in some of the Thrive cheese that's already been refreshed. Now if you like it hot and you want to put some salsa in there, you can certainly do that. This has already got some flavor and some spice or some heat because of the green chili peppers that I put in there. And there you go. And then I'll make one more. So now I'm going to put them in their microwave for maybe 20 seconds. That'll just help to make the tortillas a little softer and maybe help to melt the cheese a little bit, which is already melting because of the heat of the stuff that I put in it, but this will help a little bit more. So there we go. Now when everybody else is scrambling to try to find something to eat because Walmart's out of eggs, I've got breakfast burritos with eggs and sausage and onions and peppers because I had it all in my food storage. I love these. Very good. Now, if you're interested in checking out more about Thrive Life, we have a link down below to our website where you can check it out. If you want for long-term storage, it's got a 25-year shelf life before you open the can, 1-year shelf life after you open the can without refrigeration. It's also great, like I said, for everyday use. We use it in our cooking all the time. Now, the cheapest way to buy Thrive Life is to actually join the monthly delivery service. You're going to save 27% if you do that. Because normally if you just go and buy something from the website through the shopping cart, you're going to pay full retail and you're going to pay shipping on the order no matter how big it is. And it's 12% shipping. Now if you join the monthly delivery service, then if you order through that, every order that you place that's $100 or more, you're going to get free shipping. So that's 12% savings there. And then also everything that you purchase through the delivery service is going to be 15% off of retail. So when you put those together, you're actually saving 27% on an order from Thrive Life. How cool is that? And in Canada, it's even more because the shipping is more. In Canada, you're going to save 31%. Thrive is available in the United States and in Canada. Now on the delivery service, you're not locked into anything. You can order more than once a month if you want. You can skip a month or two if you want. You can cancel at any time. There's no obligation. Just put the stuff you want to buy in your shopping cart. At checkout, then you can select to join the delivery service and get that great savings. So I hope you find this interesting. I'm going to go back to eating because this is good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. Live simple, live free. You be blessed. Tori Morrison says, Just had the chopped chicken in our curry tonight. It was delicious. And Beautiful Victory says here in the highlight, I know I've said this before, but honestly I have to say Thrive Life has the best taste. I have ordered other brands out there that were cheaper, but I'm going to say that nothing compares to the taste of Thrive Life. You cannot compare oranges to oranges when it comes to Thrive Life. They are just not the same as the other competitors. Thrive Life far exceeds in excellence.